Paul Genetti. At center tonight, number 6, Matt Betzalati. And tonight, number 30, Dimitri Kaplan. And for your Hawks, on defense, number 74, Zach Soy. So on D, number 6, David Sala. At wing, number 5, Jordan Adams. On the wing, number 7, Chase Malloy. At center, number 15, Spencer Johnston. And in goal tonight for your Hawks, number 40, Shane Paremba. Would you please remove your hats for playing of the national anthem?
Villanova and the IUP Crimson Hawks facing off at S&T Bank Arena in Indiana, Pennsylvania. It's wonderful Friday evening. Thank you for joining us here for this live broadcast in between the Crimson Hawks and the Wildcats of Villanova. I'm Alex Donaldson. Alongside me, Josh Yates. Josh, firstly, welcome back to the call. We've taken a couple of talk. Feels real good to be back, Alex. Good off to be back, Alex. Twice. Wait, squats. Taking ice. That's this person hot off. Matt, they will do with the opening possession to start things off. We look at the Crimson Hawks starting lineup. Start on defense. Evan Salem moving towards the puck and Soy cleaning it up on the other side. It's your starting D pairing. Then you have Spencer Johnston, Chase Malloy, and Jordan Adams up top. Johnston into the zone, looked at cross ice, tried to find Adams on the move. Unsuccessful. Now on the boards around. Salas sends it. And it's swatted down and sent back up the other way by Kovalevsky. Around. Be stopped by the starting netminder tonight, Shane Paremba. IUP. And, like you said, we're getting a test up there. And then going over goaltending here tonight, which is neutral cap and all. They have a very solid hand, and you could say, in goaltending a lot. That's both of their goaltenders, both playing reasonable amount of games, and those sitting right around 2 goals against the average. The Crimson Hawks going to have their fair share of struggles here tonight, which it's off the first year. Yeah, it sounds like a very even reputation both teams have coming into today's game, especially considering their goaltending tandem. I'm sure we'll see 2 different goalies this weekend. So it comes all the way across for Loza, who directed one wide of the net. Man has come on mid-season in just 6 games, 7 goals for number 19 as he sets up in the middle. Rarick on the far side, carrying the puck, sending it this way, but it's gloved down and progressed forward. Getting to it. Sending it through the neutral zone. Miller picks it up. Nice steal there as he gets past the forward. The backhand one around behind the net. Vogel has the puck stripped in the corner. He gets back to it. Rarick chases him back this way. Line up ice. London
Intercepts, gets it to Donovan, who'll look up the middle. Intercepted, sent back into the IUP zone from the wrong end of the red line, but doesn't have enough for icing. We play on in the early going. Just over 2 minutes passed in this first period. 0-0 hockey game. One shot. It's IUP, and this is score sheet at this point.
And, like you said, it's been a great story so far for the hockey season, but then it's strength in defensive lines and quick shots there from no ice for first half and which I was saying the strength in defensive players and just unable to let this Wildcats left and clear this thing up and get them out to deep.
Donovan steps up on the play, takes a shot, gets to his rebound behind the net. It's up top to the blue line. Wild fans on the passing attempt. Now from the neutral zone, the Crimson Hawks have to regroup and send it all the way down. Sailor does. He's moving now. The defenseman Reagan couldn't hold on to the puck. He's still poking at it at the blue line. The scrum in the corner, poking it free. I believe Winsky got a piece of it. It's still stuck on that red line. Progressed further down the ice. It was Winsky that time that got a stick on it, I should say. Didn't make much happen. Let's see. Wild forces the turnover, sent a pass wide, and goes careening into the net. So we got our first stoppage of the first period. Our no foul, and will be a offensive zone draw.
They can bring.
The way down ice, high to the net goes. Moving net and then behind, down below the red line. Adams now clapping one into the offensive end. There's around one man the puck does, and floats back and behind the net to control it. Trying to spin his man off. Adams wasn't fooled, stayed with him. Still up for right wing. The puck's comes. All the way down. Burkett intercepts it. Looking up ice, finds Adams. Now he was looking for Sailor, who's going off in a turnover here. Sent into the middle. And an even better defensive play by Ty Burkett to break that one up. Now sent in. Rebound saved by Paremba. He had 2 saves and make it 3. He keeps this one knotted at 0.
They'll be fair by look like there's 4 Wildcats there. You'll see him all alone with on, but of course you saw the 2 shots that you mentioned that were thrown on him. Stands top.
Face-off win by IUP. It's Burkett behind the net with possession. Sends it this way. Now a stretch path finds Johnston. Down to Beloy on the right wing. This way to Adams. Now off into the middle. Ziemba with the shot. It's over the glove. The netminder. Ziemba with an in-between legs pass, but couldn't find anybody. In the neutral zone, the puck bouncing. Rufa couldn't handle it, so setting it around and down the ice. Another line shot. Good play there by Giannetti. So we'll get back to it here. Vogel. He looks forward. Finds the forward. Marco has it stripped. Guerra couldn't take advantage of the turnover. And was Miller trying to poke at it too. Across the red line. A backhand will send it all the way down by Davis. He's hoping for reinforcements to open up along the boards, but he's really trapped in the defensive end. Across the ice and hits the boards. And find an unsuccessful pass. Now Dixon tried to lay the body, sent his man down, but they controlled possession, taking the shot and finding the safety netting was Harley Davis. Just 5'9", but he has a shot on him, and the Crimson Hawks had to get in front of it there.
That's his. See that forward for Hawks. It's beginning to be in the best in this lane, but this the intermission last third. There's the first line and basically Matthew Lewis and Flynn Hall. They're not going to get the
Yeah, they're not allowing a ton of clean passing. As an example there, turnover force, and Miller in transition sends it to the right wing, and Sela steps up on it, puts the shoulder on, sends it into the middle, and taking the shot was Miller. I don't know if it made it through to the goalkeeper or not. But a bouncing puck through the neutral zone will send Hawks forwards back out. Reconsider their turnover. Intercepted by London. A stretch passes. Thought teams were going to go off for a change, but the right winger stayed out there, made his impact felt, and the deflected pass bounces into the IUP zone past two players. Burkett tied up in the corner. Boker poking for it as well. That puck now loose from the board, sent around this way. Ziemba catching up to it, but instead is Tomzak in control possession. Ziemba around far side. Boker looks up ice and a bouncing puck loved down. And Kyle Ziemba back up to the red line, found Boker, but he was bodied down as he took the one-touch pass. Snippy receives it right behind the net. Up for Boker. Not too much action for the Crimson Hawks. They've been struggling to get out of the defensive zone. We've done a good job at snuffing out the chances that have made their way through. So we are at the 12-minute mark remaining in this first period. Up, Sinicki steps up. Guard it loose, but they control. Send a shot in and blocked by Donovan. Bouncing puck, cleaned up. Richie Wild will take the short option. Back up to the blue line and looking forward is Hoffman. He's hit along the boards and rounds. Well, and back up the ice now is Reagan. He's trying to find his way around. Again, the Crimson Hawks stopping him at the blue line and controlling possession from there. Just under 11 and a half to go in the period. We get another stoppage, this time in icing. It'll be against the Crimson Hawks. That stretch pass, they've worked it to their advantage twice already, but unsuccessful in the attempt.
It's been a game plan so far and throwing games, and we can't complain as a coaching staff. And
No more breakaway goals, and in an 11-2 victory, the Crimson Hawks had their last outing in against Mercyhurst. Now, again, that was a couple weeks ago, and of course, a very different opponent from mid-November. IUP trying to keep that scoring high. So that's up against a good opponent. Malloy with a shot. It's a blocker save.
and even that should cut themselves to make it, you know. There's a yes, perfect. It was on. So it was the time now going to induce.
Well, close games so far. Normally that alludes to pretty good defensive chemistry and knowing the game plan as both done a good job at keeping scorers away from the net. We saw that one opportunity from their lead scorer, Charlie Davis, but Crimson Hawks had a couple of chances up ice. No holes opening up. Any forwards out.
A lot of feedback that they know stop. Very productive. And like I said, they're looking for any opportunities they can, and they're just crashing against each other. And and not allowing either in high percentage first on it.
That's certainly the gritty game that we expected to see coming into the night unfolding first half of this first period. Johnston with a backhander, goes up, intercepted, and a bouncing puck. Look out.
Balls rotting. Spin move in the corner to keep possession, trying to get some separation.
Puck comes loose, and it's Adams cleaning it up, getting it down the ice. We'll head off for a line change, as will most of the other forwards. Not Shane Miller, though, tying him up in the corner. Plenty of contact away from the puck, and IUP controls. Ziemba from the point with a bouncing puck sent in. Loza almost made that a dangerous opportunity. On the outside, the Hawks control. Miller with a quick shot there. Put right in his wheelhouse. Now another shot. Heavy shot from Ziemba. Gets it this way to Burkett. Back out Ziemba. Doesn't see the opening. Finds Loza, and he sends it wide. Right side of the post. Now Rierick across ice. Ziemba back skating. Gets it back to Rierick on a beautiful pass. Still loose. And Rierick couldn't finish it.
That's just a great choice. It's like one more chill. It's like,
They are finding so many because defense and forward are just like they're, like you said, so in tune with where everybody's going to be on the ice. Certainly imagine those right-hand shots will get more scripted wristers from the near circle as this game continues. Dixon around, Rierick waited for it and got the separation to find London. Long pass to find Donovan, and from the point, trouble controlling it. Does settle as it comes down, but it'll be Dixon on the near side getting it from the point. Sent back into the middle. Boker couldn't handle it. Bounces off his stick. And it's a drawback to some of those heavy passes is inability to control it in motion. London swatting that one down. And you might say high sticking, but of course in the IUP defensive zone, absolutely no problem. Crimson Hawks to do so. Now they head on offense as it's Rierick. Maddox Rierick trying to cut on in. Now on the backhand, scans his options. He'll send one down for Boker. Jeffrey Boker taking it to the point to Soy and then thought it deflected on the way. Either way, directed to the near corner and up ice by Villanova. Well, he steps up on the play. Reagan looking for the net. He sent it across and the shot wide. Now Winsky fights through contact, and now it's one-on-one. The forward takes the shot. It deflects up high. Nice block by the defenseman, Liam Thompson. Stay in front of that puck and keep that chance away. Still 0-0 between these two teams after the first 12 minutes. But back on offense, Crimson Hawks are. They've had a lot of zone time, especially over the past 5 minutes. They've yet to really convert in quality opportunities after those initial shots. The near wing. Winsky steps up for it, but it's Hoffman who will progress it instead. Hoffman found his way through the legs, but couldn't find his way through the arms of Tom Lynch. He stepped up on that, got the puck back down ice. Hoffman with a nice hit there at the blue line. And from the neutral zone, both teams slight sigh of relief. And sent all the way around for the Wildcats. You get back on offense. But Acaro runs it all the way up to the point, and Lynch sends one down, but it's blocked and sent to the far corner. Now Burkett finds Hoffman, and on the backhand, it's sent all the way back in the IUP end. And the two forwards were already progressing up the ice. Now Burkett with another opportunity does find Malloy this time. Johnston's on the move as well. Top line out there for IUP. Johnston with the deflection. It's sent to the corner off the pad. The netminder for Prano. Burkett pokes for it. He said the puck hops over and into dangerous territory, but the pass off the mark. Won't have to worry about it as Peretti very frustrated after that blown opportunity. Physical tie up in the corner. That's the Wildcats that come away with it. Sent all the way through, back into the defensive zone. And back to collect it. Sargent. The short pass. Adams causing problems as normal in the offensive end, but he couldn't find Miller. Well, it would have been a prime opportunity. Now one here. We'll send him to the corner. And Hawks will touch it. It looks like our Crimson Hawks will have to kill off minor penalty.
Zach was short. Looks like there is a Villanova Wildcat that is down out of the last side of the camera.
Can't just.
That was a big hit by Blake Snicky. We've seen late, one of those big physical hits is huge in stature he is. And certainly they come with some effects. Just only hope that he is all right.
And we'll see if that is in fact a penalty against IUP. And like you said, with a man down, it's not uncommon for them to stop play. Normally they stop it when it's the team's possession. Said it was IUP touching it for the whistle. So some question marks there. Certainly some question marks around the player heading off. Grayson Esposito.
What we said,
Esposito, yeah, that's.
As he turned around, heading back from the locker room. So I was raising my skates and I did a great job. Thank you.
Like I said, 11 points, good enough. Tying for fourth on the squad. That's that point production that, well, both teams really need to get an edge. Let's see how the Wildcats come out and play. Sent out to the far side. Miller couldn't get a piece of it. Loads it with the interception. But their forward offsides. Jace Merrick, the guilty party.
It's like a typical type of shot, nothing that was from
I feel like both teams have done a great job at just controlling possession when they have the puck. And it's in between moments like this where really it's up to both teams to get something started. It's certainly been a tough challenge. These, again, evenly matched teams. Very single point totals across the board as well. Batted down in the neutral zone now. Bouncing puck sent in on Paremba. Maybe Burkett with Sela on the far side with the rebound and gets it to Loza. Loza bursting through the middle, breaks through and couldn't finish it on the backhand. Netminder's pad was there. I don't know if he was able to get the shot off at the end of the day or not. Either way, the Wildcats in the offensive end trying to get something started. It's behind the net. Soy with a nice play to poke it free, and it's London with plenty of open ice ahead of him after a blown line change. Finds the glove and the whistle.
Back there looks, guys like Shane Miller, Jeffrey Gofer, they're critically layered.
IUP already with a 5-3 advantage in that shot department. They've definitely assessed that early and relying on quicker shots, more efficient. Not exactly rebound producing all the time, but we'll see as we're into the final 4 minutes of the first period. So looking up ice, finds Rarick and gets it to Boker as he crosses into the offensive end. Trying to slow down, lost possession. It's back for Sargent behind the net. Lee Sargent up ice, finds his forward on the move. As hard to the net. Finally save, or I should say Davis ending up getting that full shot off, but saved nonetheless. Wild with a nice defensive play. Not the puck the first time, but it's sent into the corner opposite him. Burkett couldn't control it there. And he gets back to the puck, gets some separation. He'll have a little bit more space to work with as he moves up ice. Now the final 3 minutes as the Crimson Hawks get a piece of it into the zone. It's sent back into the middle. Bouncing puck, claimed by Wild, and he finds Hoffman on a beautiful bank pass. Caleb Hoffman with the shot. It was 5 that time, and he's still stopped by the netminder, Dimitri Irano. He's been lights out against the Crimson Hawks top scorers. Lights out. The best actor. Off the glass, up ice. What comes? Brown Donovan meets his man in the corner, takes it free. It's a loose puck throughout. The contact successful in getting possession back as Wild finds Hoffman again. So he goes into the zone, sends one into the middle, and Winsky takes an awkward hit into the boards. He looks all right as he joins the play. It's a good opportunity there by the Crimson Hawks. Just a couple of seconds mistimed. Reagan across the ice. Slow there. Lasky sends a stretch pass all the way up. Does not hit its target. Nice and called against Nova. Look for it. Not just game right. So, plenty of opportunities. It's not good. Better than flush. Another icing against the Wildcats in succession. And it just goes to prove your point even further. A stretch pass is crucial in getting bodies up ice. And then against the short option, just haven't been. Crimson Hawks are playing way too this really get any separation for any quality passes. Of course, he talked about the Wildcats doing a good job at keeping play to the outside as the rafters were listening. But the IUP Crimson Hawks have done a great job of that as well. And we've seen them for the past, say, 5-10 minutes. They've done a better job in the neutral zone, not only getting the puck, but immediately turning it up ice and really plays pressure. Visions from the Clippers center the Crimson Hawks is when Steve can give them too much Wildcats that is that too much time in the offense going. They're going to be able to set up. It looks like they're trying to not post the defensive pair standing tall, but it's immediately turn back. Here it is. Chase Malloy off the right wing, cuts inside on the backhand, and it deflects over top of the net. And to the corner, settled by Adams for Malloy as he heads into the spy slot. Sela into the middle. It was a one-time opportunity for Adams. It was just off the mark of the stick. Unlike the Hawks passing so far in this game, they still have possession in the offensive end. Bouncer into the corner. Malloy takes the interception, and the puck came out in the neutral zone. The net is off its moorings as well as will be fixed by Capranov. So no whistle. Bouncing puck sent wide of his crease. Malloy trying to play physical in the corner. Another attempted turnover by IUP. As the forwards forechecking has been superb in this first period and drawing some extra reaction. Jace Rearick received a chip shot up high on one of the players' way out. Burkett into the zone. Has a option to drop to, but Rearick couldn't get to it. It's Loza picking up the scraps and around for Miller chasing the puck. On the wall, Burkett lays tight with his man and now numbers the other way. Miller trying to get back in position, but with no time remaining on the clock, Hawks won't have to worry about it one bit. After the first 20 minutes, 0-0 in this tight game. Certainly an entertaining one, but let's see if the goals pick up in the second period. Stay with us. All right, do like a test string or something.
Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
And we are back live at S&T Bank Arena for the second period. These two teams very evenly matched coming into this, similar point totals for each of the players, similar record across the board. And after the first period, nothing separating these two teams. Face-off win. You're in the neutral zone. The puck comes and along the boards bounce back into the Wildcats' end. So no clear possession after the draw. On the far side, cycling back inside the blue line is Wildcats defenseman. Up for Malloy. Flights off of Johnston as it goes into the zone, but he does get that poke check. It's the forechecking that we talked about being such a huge factor in that first period. As it's sent back in, another stoppage or another shot, this time a stoppage. 19:20 to go in the second period.
Said, like, kind of that first 40 seconds with both of the squads sort of feeling out what the game plan is for their opposition. Second period, they always Jason going back into the zone, standings offense, the same goes for the Wildcats. They were getting respect the differences.
I feel like when IUP gets to the puck or to the puck carrier, they do a great job at, well, taking over those 50-50 pucks as they get one into the middle for the shot. Sent wide. I don't know if it was blocked in front or saved. To continue to play. It's Miller gloving one down. Cycles it back up to Burkett. This way to Ziemba. Back into the middle. Shane Miller with another pass and finds Rierick on the near side. So he tried to snipe one upstairs in that corner. Instead, it goes upstairs in the arena.
And we see that the ability that top line forward certainly has is another work. Happening back and forth. Yes.
Wildcats win the draw. We won't get an opportunity to see the Hawks offense on the rest of that shift. Instead, we have to cycle back into the zone, and there's that transition. Miller right back into the scoring position. This goes off the blocker of Caprano. Trying to get some speed up the wing is Davis as he finds the glove of Paremba. Going low and into the corner. The dynamic goaltender stays in front of those pucks. Face-off win by IUP. Dixon sees that puck up to Rierick. To deflect one off the boards, and it's London looking for the shot as he cuts inside on the right side and takes the shot off the pad. Forces that 50-50 puck back out to the point. Locked, though, in the middle. It's the Wildcats trying to get to this puck in IUP territory, and he will. Dixon got a piece of it to keep the puck away. And now off the boards, London gets it back. A nice first touch for him as Trent London puts it now in the backhand. He works up to the point for reinforcements. Boker around the net. Now the Hawks offense trying to get set up, but Wildcats taking a play out of the Hawks playbook, not giving any space. More effectively than they did in the first period. Up ice. Donovan will have to collect it. On the backhand, gets it as far as the blue line. Boker finishes the job. Does so from the wrong side. It will be icing against IUP. Defensive zone draw. The first of which, or the second consecutive one, but Villanova yet to really get set up in the offensive zone off of one of these draws.
Local said. have just been able to have not been able to establish themselves in the zone so far in the second period, but it looks like it's still stands for it to come in. Still looking for his correct passes, doing the goal pass. Saw a couple of opportunities already early.
On the point, deflection score. It's the captain on the board. I believe he got a piece of it. Immediately defaulted up top, and yes, it will be. Oh, man. Maserati, number 6, firing one home from the point and beat Paremba on the 5-hole as he was in the stand-up position. Just couldn't get down in time as puck just ricocheting in.
That was definitely a hard shot to begin with, and it looked like there was some sort of reflection, but celebration. And the man leading the line, I thought it looked like a way to hear it. Boy, now sits it going up.
Off the board, Sela gets the interception and sends one down and finds the pad. The netminder on the other end, and has to be frustrating for IUP. They limited the shots in this period. Of course, the first one from unlikely place, hitting Paremba, make it a 1-0 hockey game. Just under 4 minutes played in the second period. Wild behind the net, finds spin for the one-timer, and he put it up top. I don't know if that reflected off the post or Kranoff made a save on that, but it was 1-on-1 for Hoffman, and Hawks are still down a goal.
Second for and like I said, that's my that. School freshman things right now. Yeah. Look to the freshman wall.
On the boards, puck battle, and the Wildcats come away with the puck. Poked in to Soy Stick. He'll backhand one through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Johnston on his man. We're giving him any space and forces the turnover. And he comes back to move a possession. And look up ice. And find Giannetti. Instead, it'll be sending it down. Maserati following that puck. Samba taking that loose puck in his own end, tried to find his partner. No, I should say the forward Adams playing back on D. The turnover as the Crimson Hawks not set in the defensive zone, locked in front by a Wildcat. Johnston gets one up ice. Goaltender will play it, so no icing. Adams trying to force that turnover in the corner. Milwaukee sends it around this way and sending it up ice is Lynch. Finding Davis into the offensive end and sending one across. Point leader adds to his phenomenal season with his first point of the night, and it finds its way in off a deflection. Ty Burkett skates. He was back skating, trying to stay in the play. Unfortunate for the Hawks defense that really that 2 goals that the flukes. Now,
applying the pressure that we're looking for on the first. Play that does not start or end with the goal without the speed of play it is.
I think their defensive play improving in the second period is a huge reason why they're able to move it up ice in transition. And again, give it to a point leader like this. Right on the doorstep, he can make magical things happen, intentional or not. The keen viewers saw that puck fly about 4 feet to the right of our camera woman Bree.
Let's see. Well, it certainly the honors. 2-0 lead.
Burkett sending it down low, and Rarick with the immediate turnaround shot. Puck loose behind the paint. Renoff didn't know where it was, but the puck all the way out to the blue line. Now off ice by the Wildcats. Burkett in the corner, colliding with his man. Peretti trying to poke this one free, and we'll come back to Peretti. So he gets a short pass off. Had the shot, elects for the pass. Now this way. Walker saved by Paremba. Davis with that pass for the shot on point, saved by Paremba. Ziemba on the backhander. This way comes to Miller. It's a one man in between. Rear follows the puck into the zone, but will head off on a change. Things will slow down here in the second period. 12-8. So IUP still has the lead in the shot category. Wildcats making good use of their opportunities so far. It's time for the Crimson Hawks to pay it back. Shot by Boker. Finds the crossbar and goes out of play. I don't know if the camera picked up the ping, but we certainly did. It remains a 2-0 game. Here we could flex on the stick. Yeah, from Oakrease. Back to that was great pass by Shane Miller, also from the right side of the ice. Well, Boker, that time trying to skate with the puck instead of receiving a pass and taken off. Like I said earlier in the period, Wildcats have really tightened up defensively. Hawks haven't had as many clean opportunities as they did near the end of the first period. Meanwhile, their defense collapsing into the middle and getting that puck out of the zone. Able to assess that play perfectly. Sent back into the IUP end. Stick down by Donovan. Snicky sending it up as far as the blue line, but it's kept in by Tomzak. He gets back to the puck as he was poked out. Receives a hit afterwards from London. Play on. Bird moves the puck off the boards and just couldn't get around his man. He was sent down to the ice. Back through the middle of the ice. Long pass up ice intended for Charlie Davis. He couldn't get to the puck as it moves away from him in the back up ice. He's heading to the slot, or I should say Hoffman, again getting in scoring opportunity. He's just been snake bitten as of recently for IUP. In the last outing, him against Mercyhurst, he was a threat in the offensive end and wasn't able to see convert on a ton of chances. Very similar story tonight as he tries to lead this rush up. Said it'll be Winsky moving forward and into the zone, but unsuccessful. Off from the red line. Isela up ice. Gets into the skates of Winsky, and Adams will send it the rest of the way. Locked in front. Get some spaces, Lynch, but turnover forced by IUP, sent back into the zone. And now finally into the offensive end. Come. Ricardo in the corner. Had some space. Soy slowed him down. They still got the puck all the way around. Sela takes down his man. In the far corner, it's Soy stepping up for it. Takes the hit back. As Fitticaro returns the favor from earlier. Adams moving to the outside, sends one back to the middle, but just out of reach from Johnston. Now it's Ziemba trying to make a defensive play. Taking the shot was defenseman stepping up on it. Ostriker was denied. Turnover there in the neutral zone with so much open ice. Certainly a panic for the IUP defense. Paremba standing tall on that last play. It's a shot on the back of the net. Now Ostriker steps up for another shot. Close in, missed the net. Deflection in front. Burkett assesses the play and gets it to the blue line. They can't get it out yet. Missing puck around the net. It's free from the slot. Good vision by the defense to get that puck away from danger zone. High side below slot. We're now at the midway point of the second period and, of course, the game. And the lead growing to 2-0 since the start of this second period. Since that second goal, I don't think the Wildcats have had a ton of sustained pressure in the offensive zone. Alex, pretty well and good job keeping the outside. It's great. Loza with a shot caught Pranoff off guard, and he stayed in front of it. Also in position for the rebound. Hawks unable to capitalize. Now Donovan with a smart play to progress it forward. He busts through the two players in the offensive end, but couldn't keep possession in the offensive end. No, intercepts it, sends one to the middle. Cross ice, Loza couldn't control the puck. Nixon boxing out his man to progress that puck to Donovan on this way. Now back into the slot in the Nova end. Two hits there, and one afterwards that Miller was a recipient of. Puck bounced around, sent into the IUP end. Miller takes the deflected pass into the O-zone. He looks right of the net, keeps the puck, thought about taking the shot, but didn't have the space to do so. Got it to the point instead, and see the shot goes wide. Bouncer, loved down by Soy, sent forward, and Miller's going to poke at this one. Unsuccessful. Maserati into the offensive zone, gets a shot off and goes out of play. There's another puck out of play on a Villanova chance. That's kind of why they haven't been able to stand a ton of pressure if it's the rebounds. If they stay in play, they're being handled by IUP. Actually, was not there. That's we're clean up. I don't know if you could say, but the fun was not set play. Offensive had a discussion afterwards. And that whistle came out of nowhere. Will be an offensive zone. He saw for the Crimson Hawks. So I think your initial synopsis of it being out of play was correct. It's out of play off a Wildcat skate or stick. So it's an offensive zone draw for IUP. Won by the Wildcats. It's Lynch. So this way, let rear, causing problems, causing the turnover. Possibly illegally as he looks to the rafters. And we'll see if the Crimson Hawks have to kill off this first penalty. That's certainly the body language of Rare. Good count. I sticking. Okay. But it's hard to see in the corner. We got a weird angle over here. Well, the Wildcats take it from the corner, gets it forward to Charlie Davis. And it's intercepted, sent back for London, who sends it to the middle. Wilker was the intended target, and he wanted the centering feed. In control for the shot as he was past it. Ripper goes to the right side of top corner of the post. They stay on the attack. 10 in for the one-time shot. The net came off its moorings, but either way, Shane Paremba was there to keep that one away. The Wildcats offense were aggravated at that because they had golden opportunity there. We were on two. We had the extra man in the other zone, and definitely some open net to shoot at. He steps up for the play, tied up his man, and then the poke puck cleaned up by Wild. Couldn't get that short pass to Hoffman in stride. Now Burkett finds the puck behind the net and looks up ice. But a sauce pass into the neutral zone, finds its way into the offensive end, but not for long. It was Smith intercepting. Now it's sent up ice as far as the end. Smith getting back to the puck. Back for Winsky. The bouncing puck off the boards, directed back to the IUP end. Just under 7 minutes now to play in this second period. Score not changing from the opening 5 minutes of this period. Remains a 2-0 game. Bouncer assessed perfectly and progressed back forward The ozone. Ready with the shot. Found the blocker of Bremba. Samba steps back right, finds Wild, who'll direct one into the offensive end. Plays nice containment on the forecheck. And was able to delay enough for the launch. Burkett on the far side, sending one up ice into the corner. Losing after this one. Unlike the first period where Crimson Hawks were winning those 50-50 battles, it looks like Nova's not engaging in them at all. Of course, I saw that huge collision at the red line. Who wouldn't?
Of course, it was Blake Snicky playing his typical Blake Snicky hockey. Moving the body to his advantage. Make a nice hit.
And with the Crimson Hawks defense physicality, almost not missing Eric Hambling, who's still out for this game, as is Hunter Fairman. Sent into the slot. Boy got a backhander one, and now he gets a shot off. I think that was Zach Soy's shot that went off the pad. But either way, the Crimson Hawks unsuccessful. Johnson sends it way back down. Just over 5 minutes now in the second.
Making a quick glance at the Crimson Hawks punch and stop after that opportunity. They certainly were not happy with the men on the ice because they know this way. So got to understand pitching is still there. Typical of the hockey that they're usually evaluating the offensive. Keeping up with those hockey for whistle is blown dead. You see a pane of glass has come out of the stanchions.
Yeah, right there. I saw the Nova bench immediately jump up and point it out. They saw it on the hit. So this could be an extended stoppage if they can't figure this out. Of course, Josh and I, we've been here before.
And they're strangers to the glass malfunctions. We had to sift through the operations at John Carroll University, another malfunction with the glass, but certainly the arena staff are going to come check it out and assess the damage.
And the collision on the near side is very typical of Crimson Hawks hockey. And certainly no strangers to sending guys into the glass, but not always through. As they will send this one up.
I must say, I was doing my typical social media scrolling before the game, and I've seen a couple of clips of this before, glass popping out of its spot, but I've never seen it firsthand, and I guess I can mark that one off the bucket list. I think it was a hip check from as it's flaws as they fix the pane of glass, and we're gonna get to play some hockey again.
I will certainly take it down there on the ice. This is just the first matchup between these two teams. You got to think how hard the hits are going to be in the third and tomorrow's games. Third period and tomorrow's games, I should say. 4:50 to go in the period. They resumes as it's Miller moving it up ice and gets a bouncer forward for Rierick. Kapranov assesses it and gets it to safety in the corner. Tie up there. 2 men on Miller, and they come away with possession. I think that's how they're winning. It says 50-50 battles is by trying to outman the Crimson Hawks, and a lot higher percentage in this period than last. What's on the brakes? Here's Reagan. Line moving in front of the net. That's it up ice. It's hard. Looks for the shot. Finds the pad of Paremba. Glove down. The rebound. He stayed in front of it, and the net comes off again. Talk about the Villanova frustration the last time. Now that's their active play where they're going to have to take a pause. Of course, Crimson Hawks also experienced that in the first period, so both ways.
They are frustrated. Looking to get right back to it. Time.
Attempt from below the goal line to bank one in, unsuccessful. Getting it across and an easier shot there for Charlie Davis, but he was shut down by Parembo. Able to move laterally, staying in front of the puck, keeping that one out. Under 4 to go. Dixon throws his shoulder behind the net and continue to play, but his physicality certainly not relenting. Get it back to the point. Davis gets it back along the wing, walks into the faceoff dot, takes the shot, given the space. It's poked away by Hawk's stick. Well, another one sent in, this time deflects for Tomlin out of play. Hawks will definitely take this breather between an unrelenting rush from Villanova in the past few sequences. See if you try. Certainly the most threatening ones. In the corner, the Hawks trying to get it away from danger as they progress it into the offensive end. London body, but he's able to stay up and get to the top. Make up the ice. Donovan looking for it along the board. Sent its man into the glass, but a opportunity shut down by Paremba. Again, moving right to left and staying in front of that puck. Keep it out. Keep the Hawks in the swamp. Good. Pass. Since we checked in on the Hawks shot totals earlier, the Wildcats have lessened the gap. Tied at 15-15 in the shot department. It's been all Wildcats hockey in the last half of the period. Let's see if the Hawks can change the tides a little bit in the final 3 minutes. Wensky couldn't get to the puck. It's progressed back into the zone. And now, one touch to get him forward. He steps up on the play, taking the shot. And he's smothered as such. Rapidity with that chance. Wing shot. See that. Look down the other one. Along the boards. Tie up. Puck comes free and to the Crimson Hawks, who will send it down as far as the first defenseman. Masseny finds his way up ice, sent into the IUP zone, and unable to continue to control it. Under 2 minutes now in the second period. Hoffman following the puck into the corner. Takes contact while he's there, but 2 men in the area trying to poke for the puck, and it's Cat's ball. Wild trying to tie up his guy so Winsky could clean it up. Instead, he gets to it himself and set up Adams for a beautiful shot opportunity. It's kept in at the line. Isela, his pass or shot was deflected off a body and into the corner, and now Adams trying to cause problems down low and delay for the change to get off. Successful line change for IUP. Of course, unable to get anything on the net. He's still sit at that 15 shot total he's had for most of this period. Final minute of the period, sent across, and it's intercepted. It was intended for Giannetti. Constant gloves one down and moves it up. Off the backhand to the forehand, and now it across was Malloy. But nobody there, and the bouncing puck finally controlled by the Wildcats and sent back through the neutral zone. Burkett will assess it in the corner in control for IUP. Back to Ziemba. Bouncer to get to Malloy. 30 seconds in the period. This is the time to get some rubber on the net. As reinforcements come off the bench. Final shift of the second period. Going to be gloved down by Malloy. He does get to the puck after getting a piece of it. That's Wildcats possession. Those are on the boards, couldn't keep it in. Adams on a piece of it as well. And it comes into the IUP end. Ziemba with a great defensive stand to close out the period. Hawks will definitely take a little bit of that defensive momentum into the break. It really started to shut things down in the second half of that period.
Yeah, like you said, the scoreboard currently sits at 2-0 in favor of Villanova, but from the stands, it still feels like momentum sits in from the benches. It still feels like a very evenly matched game. Of course, Crimson Hawks are going to go and discuss and try and flip the ice back down the other direction.
Certainly anybody's hockey game as we look forward to the final period of regulation, the third period coming up in 15 minutes. Welcome back for the third and final frame of regulation. After the second period, it is a 2-0 hockey game in favor of Villanova. They scored very early on after a point shot deflected through the legs of Remba. I don't think anybody on the ice was expecting that shot. And deflected it in front, of course. And then the second goal coming from the lead point man on this Villanova team is getting on the board was Davis. We get a 2-0 hockey game, and we have sat at that score since the midway point of the second period. Whoa, Boker. The nice reverse hit there to keep play progressing forward and taking the shot off the crossbar. That's 2 crossbars for IUP. London was denied by the iron. From the point, shot, stoppage, play. 19 and a half to go in the period after the first stoppage of the frame. Out to the point. Then Soy gets it back to rear. Soy. So this way to London. Now back up for Sela. Back to London at the face-off dot. Broker back to Sela, who couldn't direct that puck. His initial target, but got it to Soy on the far side. He got the shot. It goes wide. So about a minute into this period. London to the far side again. Soy, another shot. This time it's blocked. And around the net, puck comes. Try to reverse play with a pass to Rarick. Instead, he'll find Soy playing down the goal line. Tie up there along the boards. There's Balzarati, who was in the middle of it, but ultimately coming away with possession was Reagan. Sends it forward and into the IUP zone. On the run wrong side of the red lines. There's another icing against Villanova. Certainly something that they haven't been a stranger to. Brought back to the defensive zone. Face up. What's a lot back then they losing that? Was typically the person that they usually play. Reagan with a pass, finding his man up the boards and ultimately sending it in was hard. Added down in the neutral zone. Good hesitation to wait for the offsides to pass. Now Loza gets the puck, moves into the zone. Nice job finding that seam from Ziamba. But the play not going anywhere. Sent back in on the goal. Turnover, forced by Miller. He gets it to Loza. Somehow that puck finds its way to Rarick. Miller with the attempted shot in front. Now moving up with it with speed. Davis into the middle. Down low, the pass comes, and the puck behind the net will be settled and then continued be controlled. Fidicaro goes down to the ice after. No, Fidicaro now goes down to the ice in the corner, but stays with possession. The turnover was by Ziamba, finds it to Burkett. Nice. Yes, stays in at the red line back into the IUP. Send it up this way. Adams got a piece of it. He's going to bring the race to the corner. Gets the puck through the legs on one man, tried to step by another. Didn't get around him. Kept in at the point by Donovan. The offense can stay in the zone. Still goes out of play. Being on the defensive zone faceoff, though, and IUP getting more offensive zone time. This is similar to what we saw in the first period where had the puck on this end of the ice, but it's unable to really finish in the offense. Adams denied on its first shot with a shot block. It's it through on the second opportunity, gets it to the glove. That minder, Dmitry Kapranov, is having stellar night. 16 saves for him now. Face-off win by the Wildcats. See if they can keep possession in their own end as they move it up this win. Good contact by Malloy to force the puck loose. Now in the neutral zone. Controlled by Johnston, who gets it back for Donovan. He'll backhand one up through the neutral zone. Malloy will get it to the ozone. Left side, moving this way with it is defenseman Lamassin. Well, fire a puck off ice, controlled by Paremba as it deflected on the way. So no icing. He just had to control it. Bouncing puck kept in at the blue line. Sinicki settled it, but IUP couldn't finish the clear until now. Now Adams in the offensive end gets it to Malloy. Shot into the middle, and Johnston got a piece of it. With Randolph playing very aggressive hockey there, and gets to the puck just as soon as Johnston got a stick on it. Great play by the young right. Past 4 minutes into this third period, fired all the way back into the IUP zone. It was a self-inflicted wound as no icing, lost control. This way play comes to Soy. Won't get the pass to Hoffman. Instead, it'll be Winsky behind the net, sending it out to the opposite wing. Nobody's there. So only gloves one down at the red line. Makes some contact, but still progresses it into the zone. Stayed along the boards, but in play nonetheless. This way it comes off the boards. Reagan. On the stride, puts a backhander off the boards and sends one to the middle. Nobody there. IUP doing a better job this period at keeping skaters on the outside in their defensive zone. Another perfectly assessed play. The backhander goes wide of the net, no icing. That's why Kranoff went into that position and play on. Now 5 minutes gone in this third period. And up with it, Davis sends one into the middle. It's taken down. Some jawing going on after the play as well. Over puck. It's blocked in front. Maddox rear turning on the speed. Gets it to London, who is able to direct one in on the glove of Caprano. And another save by the netminder. Just standing tall against every look IUP's doing. Freerick with a nice play. Two nice pokes in the offensive end to keep play alive and keep it from going up ice, but it makes its way to the neutral zone. Davis gets it this way, and Milwaukee couldn't handle it on the boards. Gets it down to Davis. Challenged by 3 Hawks in the defensive zone, but keeps it on the outside. Now back into the middle, unable to get it to his stick. And now IUP will move up ice with it. Freerick got a deflection off his pads to send it into the zone. I'll clear up this way. Will be in the red line by Dixon and spun back, trying to progress it. Will be the Wildcats with reinforcements getting into the offensive end. Down play comes. Boker steps up on it. That's possession initially, and London does his job at clearing it to the neutral zone. Trying to find Freerick, wasn't there. The turnover. Wildcats back on offense. Taking a shot from just outside the face-off dot and denied. Dixon trying to clean up the crease, sends a man to the ice. Of course, has some for the rest of the team as well. Miller trying to clap one forward. Was denied by the leg. The Wildcat in his own, still fighting to prove it forward, but it was unsuccessful. That being said, the defense has it now. Want to get one as far as the red line. Rifled back into the IUP ends. Rambo will settle it for Donovan behind the net. He couldn't find separation, and he does find a lane on the right wing. He'll bounce one forward. Rarick, he couldn't bat it down. Denied at the blue line. Hawks forward group will have to reset. Rarick with the turnover. Looking for Loza zigging, and he zagged instead. Sent into the offensive end. Directed onto the net. Paremba still staying in front of the puck. And the whistle will stop play. I don't think he had it covered, at least not from this angle. The referee seeing differently, and will stop things. The shot total's tied up at 18 apiece.
Yes, sir. Weird. Of course. Get it back. But backhanded. So that's
It has been awesome in those one-on-one shots. And we said it in the beginning of the period, but the only things that have gotten past him were a deflection from the point that if you blinked, you would have missed it. And of course, the deflection off the defender to net it in the other end. Those are the prevailing two scores for the first two periods and 8 minutes into the third. Malloy controlling it inside the blue line, gets it to Adams. He couldn't turn around with it. Wise not to use a high stick there. Malloy will direct one into the zone. Adams intercepts, gets it to Malloy. Backhander finding Adams. Now Johnson trying to run through and get that puck. It was denied and kept outside of the slot. Adams with the deflection goes wide. They have Kapranov sold on the near shot. Instead, able to deny him and send it to the corner. Another face off here is the Nova defense sending another to the rafter. I guess that's part of their game plan that they normally do in other arenas, but it's not a bang. There's a Kept in at the blue line twice by Wild. A good job by the two-way forward there. Doesn't keep the Wildcats from possession, and he's moving it up ice is Sargent. Now and around Paremba, the puck goes. He put his arm up, but no icing signal. And now moving it forward and taking the hit is Winsky. Hoffman with a nice reverse hit on this near side. I don't know if the camera picked it up, but what a mismatch that he came out on top of. As the other right there got a piece of the shot and stays alive. Hoffman still doing work in the corner, breaking free from the first set of contact and poking it to the point. And in wide of the net. Burkett now stepping up on the play, and a pad save directs it to the corner off Caprano. Into the middle. Rarick couldn't keep it in. And now with a dangerous opportunity. Davis gets it this way, but a great stick tie-up by the defense halts that play. Bouncing puck at the point, and it's London turning on the motor here. Trent London put it on the backhand, and another save by Caprano. He is making the same horizontal adjustments that Paremba's making on the opposite end of the ice. Especially in this third period where the Crimson Hawks' opportunities have started to ramp up. This is Andy Birch.
stayed with the play and made great sense for the stop.
James Davis into the zone, denied on his first opportunity, and the bank shot unsuccessful as it stays below the goal line. Contact is sent into the high slot. unable to be controlled by the defenseman up there, Vogel. They'll send it wide up to Randall, and Donovan will control. Back for Sinicki. Off the wall, not as far as the blue line, but it's kept in, and he steps up on the play. Napatoni neutralized in the corner, and now a deflection by Miller. That's the puck out to the neutral zone. Back for Sinicki, and he'll collect it. Crimson Hawks with 9 minutes to go in this third period. And sure, Villanova would be fine with just riding this one out. They have to be wary, ever hungry Hawks offense. And that off its moorings at the moment. And the whistle comes in, signifying an IUP offensive zone draw. They got to cement that thing down, right? This is, a couple weeks now where that has come off right in the middle of play. I feel like tonight's probably been the worst case of it. Yeah. But it's often sorted out. It's like the net knows when chaos is occurring and just decides to go when feels it needs a whistle in the zone. Hawks will certainly not take it, though. It's already swallowed up 2 of their chances in this period. So they look to keep things going on the offense. Zala sends one all the way down. Miller with the tie-up along the boards, enabling Adams to get the shot off. That's denied. Rebound control. Added down by Sala. Parembo will come out to play this. And he'll leave it for Burkett. Ty Burkett looking up ice with a perfect feed to find Loza. Loza takes the shot in the slot. It's blocked. Set up high. He was robbed of an opportunity earlier on a very similar kind of play where they're streaking down the middle and defense is shifting in that way. And finally, the guy just one can't do this, but maybe I'm weakening it. There's 6 short games, but in order to show like Johnson was seeing it for other play, for other stories, certainly good. Burkett sends one to the open ice, but a Wildcat stick got in the way of it, and a bouncing puck finds its way to Lynch. He progresses it into the zone, gets it to the middle, and Nets moves in the slot. That's sent to the corner. Puck still loose. Outside the blue paint, and it comes off for the shot. Perfectly placed shot at that by Lynch. He was denied. Adams into the zone with Malloy. Chase Malloy takes the one-timer on the sauce pass. That is certainly not easy to pull off, and he got closer than I would have, but unsuccessful shot nonetheless. Deflects back into the zone off of a fan pass, and Johnston took advantage of the turnover, got a high shot off, and still creating the turnover. Down it to Malloy. Now Dixon gets it into the slot. Adams swatting for it now. Johnston heading off the ice. Reinforcements will arrive as the puck exits the zone. Certainly one of the best offensive shifts at the Clemson Hawks. Clemson Hawks is still so far tonight. It feels like he's doing some of that heavy lifting. He's going well with teammates out. He's getting a game. So, the angel would go up more. It's true. For real, Hey, saw Malloy right before the camera panned all the way over. He is just talking on the bench. Certainly a hiring shift. Only frustrating to not come out and to score from it. Deflects on its way into the goal. It was Wild in the area trying to clean it up. He got it back out to Dixon from the corner. Hoffman recovers it in the neutral zone. Now the speedy winger tries to find his way around 2 men. He went too low on the hitter. I think he ended out on the bottom physically with the contact, but didn't receive all of it. So that will certainly be good to go for the remainder of his shift. Never mind. We'll head off. Another line change for the Crimson Hawks. Now outside of 6 minutes to go in the third period. Donovan with the puck in the corner gets it to Salo on the near side. Ice, Rurick will send it. Donovan got a piece of it, sent it into the zone while taking contact. The big defenseman heads down to the ice. Accurate. Down on the score clock. 5:45 to go in the third period. Salo with a nice feed to get it between the legs, but nobody home. And Soy calling for reinforcements to fall on the other side. Didn't play the shot, and Paremba there for the save. Another one there on the bank opportunity. Quick shot goes out of play, just barely tapping. Out of play either way. Take this opportunity to look at the Crimson Hawks Movember fundraiser. Look at the top two players currently sitting. It's Blake Sinicki at 162, Chase Malloy matching with 162 as well. So both of them on top of the group. We also have Winsky with 155, Siemba with 121, and each of the players doing their part, raise money for the Western PA Veterans Relief Fund. And that fundraiser will be going until, or I should say, philanthropy will be going until the end of the first period in tomorrow's game between these two teams. We'll have updated metrics from tonight's results. Even though November's passed, the Mustaches still around on the team and still doing their part for such a good cause. It's the end of the zone. Sends one over top of the net. Boker on the near side. Lost possession. It's Davis. Into the offensive end. Gets around one man and puts it upstairs. Davis working that right wing to perfection. It's a 3-0 hockey game in favor of Villanova in the first of two games between these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned it in the second period, but we saw some of that lightning speed that Charlie Davis has. And of course, he showed it off there as well, showing up. Wow. Something in favor of the Wildcats. But the Hawks are looking to push it back down to their side of the ice with 4 minutes to go.
Left-hand shot that Davis has, that is really hard to pull off on the right wing, especially trying to cut inside with a defender like Burkett on him, and just found the puck enough, got a stick on it enough to direct it over top of Paremba's going low on that shot. That's exactly where you're expecting it to be, too. You don't expect it upstairs at all. Certainly some impressive play by the Villanova forward group to take advantage of the opportunities when they can get them. But Hawks certainly known for doing the same. They are still trying to establish back in the zone after the most recent score against. Davis steps back up, gets it to open ice and finding his man Narecki, who is guilty of a high sticking penalty. So this will for sure be a penalty. I've called it 3 times already, but third time's the charm. And the Crimson Hawks, all guys, they're going up on the power play. He's yell.
Third time's the charm. That was first. Man is handed the ball away, which did it face in tough. He's straight, running right to
There's some disagreement in the face-off drop. They're going to kick off the initial setting on Galzarati. Instead, face-off win. Jeffrey Boker anyway. Adams on the far side of the ice. Gets it this way to London for the one-timer. He fanned on it. Couldn't get all that shot. It deflected on its initial clear out of the zone, but it finds its way behind Paremba nonetheless. IUP will control the defensive end. And 5 shots so far this period, and not to say that they have relented at all on their offensive push, but The amount of pucks finally away on net certainly dwindling as this one goes on. Well, 120 on the PPC power play. Malloy getting things started with a pass to Adams on this side of the ice, and they move into the offensive end. Jordan Adams puts the brakes on. Malloy finishes the body in the corner, and Boker with some space after the shaken up man in the corner lost his stick. But IUP unable to convert on the opportunity, and the backhander will find its way up to Ziemba. Huge hit by Adams on the far wing. Taking the shot and missing is Ziemba that took down the camera behind the net. Notice that go down, and finally a reprieve as the struggling Wildcat finally get a breather. The Villanova faithful calling for a penalty as his positioning on the board certainly a little dangerous. But there was no call initially, and most of the time, if the refs don't initially put their hands up, I don't think they're going to get one. So looks like it'll still be 44 seconds for the IUP power play. You see the timeout?
Yeah, the referee just said IUP timeout. With that, I mentioned earlier as well. This time, Jesus is challenge of life. So it's the advantage.
Contact in the corner from Malloy. We don't see that at the time. I don't always see number 7 stepping up to those big hits, but the defender put on the brakes, and next thing I saw, it was Malloy's jersey over top and a stick going flying. So you can definitely tell that those emotional players like that really play with a lot of passion, especially in the most critical moments. They bring nothing positive. Now Miller outside the faceoff dot gets it to London. We get a sauce pass up for Rurick and the far side, Miller with a backhander. Gets it down to Johnson. And, he found the feed to London. Got halfway there, but the defenders skate in the lane and blocked it away. With little time remaining on the PPC power play, of course, the Crimson Hawks, you can see it, have 6 skaters out there. In the moment, it's 6 on 4 hockey. Now a man out of the box. Let me conclude and go back to live play with 1:46 to go in the period. What they gotta do? Boy with a pass finding his way to Ziemba. And Lloyd took a huge hit on the wing, immediately sprung back up and exited the zone. Turnover inside the blue line, send into the middle, and that's going to be the hat trick goal. Natural hat trick for Charlie Davis. He's had 3 tallies since the initial goal, and that'll seal this one up from S&T Bank Arena.
I've seen Charlie Davis. You can't really say that it was right place, right time, especially if it happened 3 times for Charlie Davis tonight. So certainly a perfect hand in with
Meanwhile, on the other side, a lot of head shaking on the IUP bench. Of them expecting a different outcome tonight, and at least to get something on the board. Being said, they are looking to still be active in the offensive zone as it's Wild with a shot, deflects to the corner. Now Malloy from the high slot takes the shot, finds the pad, and at the ground. High shot, masked away by the netminder, sent out of the zone and all the way down for Paremba to control. Hesitates on the initial pass, but got that one off to Sinicki. Defense will play with the 44 now to go in the third period. Boker sends one this way. Now it's Malloy stepping up on it from the left wing. Wants to cut one in. Goes on the backhand, sends one to the middle, but nobody home. Sent into the net, deflected by Wild and goes wide. Under 30 seconds to go in the game. You saw that contact from Malloy and tons of words from the bench as well. He was not happy after the hit earlier that he received from the 26 on the Wildcats. So the tempers starting to flare. We saw a lot of physicality in the second period, a really close game for most of it, but the score sheet saying otherwise. 4-0 Villanova victory as we exit here from S&T Bank Arena.
It's already pretty evenly matched game, which was what we expected to see, but of course the final scoreboard says otherwise. We saw a tremendous performance from Dimitri Kaplan that he got ranked in teams and Hawks, which was certainly a tough feat. And of course the hat trick. Some try to go with this. So and my call to ask for the Crimson Hawks tomorrow is to see them at the 4:30 puck drop. It's the same spot.
Certainly exciting to see what they come out with tomorrow in response to such a rough game tonight. Just not able to connect on anything. They had opportunities. They had their fair share of bounces here and there, but not enough bounces in their favor. And a couple of early ones for Villanova sealed it from the second period. But for the IUP Crimson Hawks, thank you for watching. We hope to see you here at tomorrow's game, again, like you said, against Villanova. But until then, I've been Alex Donaldson, Josh Yates, and Brianna Bland on camera.